The internet is on absolute fire right now. Fans are screaming, blogs are exploding, and the entire rap world is spinning out of control. Because after years of speculation, courtroom chaos, and viral theories, YNW Melly has just been declared free. That's right. The same artist who once faced some of the darkest allegations in hip-hop history is suddenly walking back into the spotlight like he never left. Twitter is melting down, TikTok is full of reaction videos, and the comment sections, pure madness. Some fans are celebrating, calling it the greatest comeback in rap history. Others are furious, demanding answers, saying, "How did this even happen?" It's the biggest what just happened moment the culture has seen in years. But the real shock isn't just that Melly's free, it's what happened next. From rappers unfollowing each other, to friends turning enemies overnight, to family members breaking their silence for the first time, the streets are whispering, and emotions are running wild. There are rumors of leaked calls, broken alliances, and secret deals nobody saw coming. So buckle up, because tonight, we're diving deep into the drama behind YNW Melly's shocking return to freedom. And trust me, this is only the beginning. The sun was just setting over Florida when the news broke. YNW Melly, the name that had once echoed through every courtroom and headline, was officially a free man. No appeals, no delays, no second verdict. Free. Fans didn't believe it at first. Some thought it was another rumor, another internet hoax meant to go viral for views. But then footage surfaced, a short clip, barely 15 seconds long, showing Melly stepping out of the courthouse, surrounded by cameras and chaos. He looked calm, almost too calm. No chains, no orange jumpsuit, just a simple white tee, gold chain, and that familiar grin that always said, "I know something you don't." The streets exploded. Blogs started posting within seconds. YNW Melly released from custody, one headline read. Charges dropped, another claimed. Nobody knew what was true yet, but that didn't matter. The internet had already decided the story was real. Twitter flooded with memes, reactions, and disbelief. One fan tweeted, "Bro really beat the system." Another said, "Nah, this gotta be fake. Ain't no way Melly walking free." Hashtags like Sharp Melly Free and Justice for Melly trended within minutes. As the chaos unfolded online, Melly's inner circle moved in silence. Close friends were posting cryptic messages on Instagram stories, black screens with captions like "The truth always wins" and "The real back." His mother, Jamie, went live on Instagram, her eyes filled with tears. "My baby home," she whispered. "Y'all don't understand what we've been through. God is real." The comments flooded faster than she could read them. Thousands of hearts, crying emojis, and prayers from fans who'd been following every twist of his case for years. But the real storm didn't hit until later that night. At around midnight, a live video started circulating. Melly had gone live from a private location, surrounded by his crew, music blasting in the background. It wasn't a big statement or a press conference, just raw energy. He smiled at the camera, flashing his chain, saying, "I told y'all I was coming home. I told y'all." That single clip broke the internet. Fans screamed in the comments, "He's back," while others dropped snake emojis, calling it unfair, calling it staged. The split between fans was instant. Some were celebrating his return, calling him the comeback king, while others couldn't accept it. "He shouldn't be out," one comment read. "Money talks," another said. People started arguing in real time, defending or attacking him like it was a sport. Social media turned into a battlefield. By the next morning, every major rap blog had posted something about it. Say Cheese TV uploaded a post saying, "Melly free," and already planning to drop new music. The caption read, "The street's been waiting." The comment section was chaos. Half of it love, half hate. "He's a legend," one said. "Nah, he's done," another replied. It was the kind of digital frenzy only hip-hop can create. Love, hate, loyalty, and controversy all at once. In the middle of it all, something unexpected happened. Lil Uzi Vert posted a photo on Instagram with the caption, "Welcome home slime." Fans took it as a public cosign. Within minutes, other rappers joined in, some sending love, others throwing subtle shade. Kodak Black posted a simple tweet that said, "They always let the real ones back." People were convinced it was about Melly, but not everyone was happy. Rumors began circulating that some of Melly's old collaborators didn't want to work with him anymore. One producer allegedly leaked a private message saying, "The industry gon' act funny now. Everybody cool until he back." Those words spread fast. Even though no one was named, everyone had theories. He talking about Polo G, one user claimed. Nah, it's about Lil Che, another argued. The speculation only added fuel to the fire. As Melly adjusted to his newfound freedom, his team announced he'd be hosting a private party, an official welcome home celebration. Exclusive, invite only, location undisclosed. But of course the internet found out anyway. That night, videos started surfacing. Melly arriving at a mansion in Miami, lights flashing, people cheering, phones everywhere. The music was loud, the energy chaotic. For the first time in years, Melly looked like himself again. But beneath the smiles and laughter, there was a tension in the air. A few people in the background didn't look happy. A clip leaked from that same party showing Melly in a heated argument with someone from his camp. No audio, just hand gestures and raised voices. The clip went viral instantly. Fans started analyzing it like detectives. He arguing with his manager, one claimed. That's his cousin, they beefing over money, another said. It didn't matter if any of it was true. People wanted drama, and the internet delivered. By the next day, everyone was talking about the party fight. YouTube channels uploaded full breakdowns with titles like YNW Melly's first night out ends in chaos and beef already in the camp. TikTok edits showed slow-motion zoom-ins with captions like, you can see the tension. It became another trending moment in a story that had already gone viral. Overnight, Melly himself stayed quiet through all of it. No posts, no interviews, nothing. Just silence. But that silence spoke volumes. Fans wondered what was really going on behind the scenes. He too calm, one commenter wrote. Something's up. Others defended him, saying he was focused, plotting his comeback. Then, out of nowhere, a short video dropped on his official YouTube channel. It was titled Freedom Freestyle. The video wasn't high budget, just Melly standing outside at night, rapping straight into the camera. No hook, no effects, just pure emotion. The lyrics hit hard. Talks of betrayal, fake friends, and surviving when everyone wanted to see him fall. They prayed I'd rot in that cell. Now they praying I fail, he rapped. The video hit 1 million views in an hour. Comments poured in from fans and rappers alike. He back with a vengeance, one wrote. This that real pain music, another added. It's that real pain music, another added. As the freestyle spread, fans started quoting lines like scripture. It became a rallying cry. Melly home and he not playing. But not everyone felt inspired. Some still questioned whether justice had been served. Interviews from families connected to his case resurfaced online, reigniting old debates. The media began chasing new angles, questioning whether his release was truly final or just temporary. Still, Melly moved forward. The more the internet talked, the more his name grew. Whether love or hate, attention was attention, and he had all of it. But behind the fame, behind the celebrations, something darker seemed to linger. His smile looked the same, but his eyes told a different story. Like someone who knew freedom came with a price. The night after the freestyle dropped, Melly posted a simple message on Twitter, back to work. No emojis, no hashtags. Fans lost it. Album coming soon? He about to tell his side. The replies flooded in, but Melly didn't respond. Instead, he disappeared again. No more lives, no more stories. It felt like calm before another storm. The calm didn't last long. By the end of that same week, screenshots started circulating. Private messages that supposedly came from one of Melly's old group chats. They weren't confirmed, but they looked real enough for the internet to run with. In them, a person with the username Mellymob was venting about fake love and snakes smiling in his face. Fans instantly connected the dots, assuming it was Melly talking about people in his circle. The messages went viral across Twitter and Reddit, shared thousands of times before anyone could verify a thing. The next morning, every blog had already picked it up. YNW Melly calls out fake friends after release, one headline said. Trouble already brewing in Melly's camp, another added. Everyone wanted to know who he was talking about, and when one of the messages mentioned people eating off my pain, it felt personal. Fans started dragging names into the conversation. Old collaborators, former managers, even family. The rumor mill went into overdrive. A few days later, Melly's former producer, known online as K9, went live on Instagram. Thousands joined instantly. He didn't say much, but the little he did say was enough to keep the fire going. I'm happy for bro, but some stuff just ain't how it look, he said. People change when that spotlight come back. He never mentioned Melly by name, but the comments blew up with questions anyway. You talking about Melly? What really happened?" He just smiled and said, "The truth always come out," before ending the live. The blogs ran with that clip. The internet took those few words and turned them into a saga. Former producer hints at fallout with YNW Melly. Every post, every video, every thumbnail made it sound like a war was brewing. But what nobody knew was that behind the scenes, Melly was actually trying to clean house, reorganizing his team, dropping people who leaked information, and preparing for his comeback album. One person who stayed quiet through all of it was his best friend, YNW. The two had gone through everything together. From the early days in Gifford to the rise of their music, Bortlen had been loyal through Melly's entire case, standing by him when few others did. But now, fans started noticing they hadn't been seen together since Melly's release. There were no photos, no mentions, nothing. People began asking questions. Where's Bortlen? Why he not at the party? Did they fall out? Then, out of nowhere, Bortlen posted a cryptic tweet that said, "Loyalty ain't a trend." That single line blew up in minutes. Fans swore it was a shot at Melly. The replies flooded in. "Bro, what happened? Don't start this now." Instead of clarifying, Bortlen just deleted the tweet, but the damage was done. Screenshots spread everywhere. YouTube commentators started uploading videos titled YNW Melly and Bortlen Beef and Trouble in the YNW Family. The story was too juicy for people to ignore. Meanwhile, Melly dropped a short snippet on Instagram, a new song, raw and aggressive, with the line, "They switched sides when the gates opened." That was all it took for fans to believe the rumors were true. Everyone was convinced he was talking about Bortlen. "So it's official, they're not cool no more," one comment said. "You can hear the pain in his voice," another added. By now it wasn't just about music. The situation turned into a full-blown spectacle. Blogs started posting exclusive insider info about supposed fights, arguments, and split money deals. None of it could be confirmed, but that didn't stop anyone from reporting it. Social media lives became courtroom sessions where fans played judge and jury. Around this time, another clip surfaced online. This one showing Melly at a studio session, apparently arguing with someone off camera. His voice was calm but sharp. "I gave y'all everything," he said, "and you're still talking behind my back." The camera never panned to the other person, but you could hear them muttering in the background. The clip ended abruptly, but the internet didn't need the full context. They already had their headline, YNW Melly confronts friend over betrayal. The tension online was electric. Every new post, every story, every reaction only added to the mystery. And right when people thought they'd seen everything, another unexpected twist hit. A woman named Jade, who fans remembered from Melly's old Instagram lives years ago, suddenly reappeared online. She went on TikTok claiming she had proof of who really turned their back on Melly. Her videos were full of screenshots and voice notes. She said she'd been close to Melly before his arrest, that they talked often, and that she'd seen people use him for clout. Her first video hit 500,000 views overnight. She didn't name anyone at first, but fans quickly filled in the blanks. The reaction was explosive. People started tagging Bortlen and other names in her comments, demanding responses. Instead of staying quiet, Bortlen posted on his story, "Don't believe no clout chasers." Jade clapped back in her next video, saying, "You can't call me a liar when the receipts live in my phone." The back and forth kept social media hooked for days. Every time someone thought it was over, another clip dropped, another reaction surfaced, another fan theory spread. While all this was happening, Melly stayed offline. No posts, no comments, no response. The silence was making fans restless. Some respected it, saying he was focusing on himself. Others saw it as guilt. He letting them fight his battles, one person wrote. Real ones speak up. Everyone wanted him to say something, anything. Then one morning, Melly finally broke the silence. He posted a single photo on Instagram, him sitting alone in the studio, looking down, eyes closed. The caption read, "Trust is earned, not given." It wasn't loud, but it hit hard. That post became the most liked on his account since his release. Rappers, producers, and fans filled the comments with support. Stay focused. Ignore the noise. Keep your circle tight. The drama didn't stop, but the tone shifted. Instead of arguing, fans started speculating about new music again. Melly's team announced that an official single would drop the following Friday, titled Home Again. The internet exploded with anticipation. Everyone wanted to hear what he had to say in the music. The track's teaser included a single haunting line, "Not everyone happy I'm free." And that one lyric brought all the old rumors back to life. Every fan had their own interpretation. Some said he was talking about fake friends. Others claimed it was about people in the industry trying to block his comeback. Whatever the truth was, the story had everyone watching. As Friday approached, the hype reached a fever pitch. YouTube countdown started, blogs posted predictions, and fans spammed his comments with "drop it already." When midnight hit and the song finally dropped, the internet stood still for a moment and then erupted. The beat was smooth but heavy. Melly's voice sounded different, older, like someone who'd been through too much and learned to live with it. He didn't name names, but every line cut deep. "They said I'd never breathe outside that cell. Now they want to sit and eat with me. I seen love turn fake when the money came back." Every verse sounded like confession and warning at the same time. Fans went crazy. This is his best song yet. He's speaking from the soul. Even people who weren't fans admitted it was powerful. But among the praise, some noticed the same theme: distrust, betrayal, isolation. It felt like the story wasn't over yet, and they were right. Because just as the song was breaking records, another shadow was forming behind the scenes. Something bigger than fake friends or internet rumors. Something that would test Melly's freedom all over again. And that's exactly where things picked up next. The success of Home Again was undeniable. Within 24 hours, it had over 10 million views, and even mainstream outlets that once ignored Melly were writing about his return. Blogs called it his redemption track. Fans said he'd finally told his truth. But success brings attention, and attention brings shadows. A few days after the song's release, a reporter from an online magazine claimed to have exclusive documents showing that Melly's case might not be completely closed. No official source confirmed anything. But that one headline, "YNW Melly's freedom under review," was enough to reignite every old argument online. For 3 days straight, social media looked like a courtroom again. Fans who had just been celebrating were now nervous, while critics said, "See, we told you it wasn't over." The rumor spread faster than the truth ever could. Melly's team stayed silent. His lawyer posted a short message saying, "All cap, fake news," but it didn't calm the storm. People shared screenshots of supposed court filings, most of them fake, but believable enough to confuse everyone. In the middle of all this, Melly was still recording. Footage leaked of him in the studio with a few new faces. Young producers, up-and-coming artists. He looked focused, almost unbothered. Fans took that as a sign of confidence, saying, "He know he good, that's why he chill." But others noticed something else in the videos. Certain people who used to always be around him were gone. The circle looked smaller. The loyalty theme from his music started to make even more sense. Then one night, a local Florida radio host posted that Melly had cancelled a scheduled appearance for personal reasons. Immediately, people began speculating that something serious was happening behind closed doors. Bloggers claimed he'd been contacted by investigators again, while others said he was avoiding the spotlight to deal with label issues. No one knew what to believe, but everyone wanted updates. By the next morning, a voice note started circulating on Twitter. A muffled recording, supposedly from someone close to Melly, saying, "Bro told me he feel like somebody's setting him up again." It spread like wildfire. People clipped it, slowed it down, analyzed it, trying to match voices. No one could verify it, but that didn't matter. Once again, Melly's story turned into a guessing game. As the tension built online, one of Melly's old friends went live on Instagram, claiming that a snake in the team had leaked private conversations to blogs. He didn't name anyone, but fans quickly tied it back to Jade, the same woman who had been posting earlier. She resurfaced too, saying, "I tried to warn him, but he still don't see who around him." Within hours, both of them were trending again. The internet began splitting into sides. Chuck Team Jade versus Chuck Team YNW. Fans argued non-stop. Some said she was clout chasing, others said she was protecting him. It was the kind of internet frenzy that seemed to fuel itself. People made TikToks with dramatic captions like, "He can't trust nobody," and "Everybody want a piece of him." During all this noise, Melly stayed completely silent. No tweets, no posts, no live videos. Only a few paparazzi photos showed him leaving a studio late at night, head down, hoodie up. It looked like someone trying to keep moving forward while the world tried to pull him back. But silence has a way of making the story grow. Around that same time, a message started circulating from someone claiming to work at his label. It said, "He ready to tell everything in the documentary." Fans went wild. If true, it would mean Melly was finally going to address everything. His case, the rumors, the fallouts, all of it. The excitement built up instantly. YouTube channels made countdown videos. TikTok users made predictions about what he might say. Some said he'd clear his name. Others said he'd expose everyone. A week later, Melly's official page posted a short teaser. A black screen with his voice saying, "They made their story. Now it's time for mine." That was it. No title, no date. Just that one line and a heartbeat sound fading out. People lost their minds. Every reaction page had a take. He about to break the internet again. He finna drop the truth bomb. This documentary gonna be bigger than the case. But the buzz brought new problems. Suddenly, old acquaintances began posting exclusive stories of their own, trying to get ahead of whatever Melly might reveal. One former promoter claimed he knew the real reason Melly went silent. Another said he'd been warned not to speak about certain people. Fake screenshots, fake texts, even fake phone calls started circulating. Fans didn't know who to believe. It became impossible to separate fact from fiction. Through it all, Melly's mother remained a steady voice. She posted a heartfelt message on Facebook. "People love my son when he's quiet, but they fear him when he speaks. God knows the truth." Fans flooded her comments with love and prayers. It reminded everyone that behind the fame and gossip, there was still a family trying to live normal lives. As days passed, rumors about the documentary grew. Some said Netflix was involved. Others claimed it was a YouTube exclusive. Every outlet wanted to be first to report it. But instead of confirming or denying, Melly's team stayed quiet. They knew that silence made people talk even more. And that's exactly what happened. Then came a twist no one expected. An anonymous Twitter account leaked a snippet from what looked like the documentary trailer. Melly in a dark room, looking straight into the camera, saying, "You ever felt free, but still locked up inside?" The clip lasted less than 10 seconds, but it went viral instantly. Fans called it haunting. Within hours, this Melly documentary was trending, but just as fast as it appeared, the clip was deleted from every platform. Copyright claims started popping up everywhere. Fans took that as proof that it was real. "If it's fake, why are they deleting it?" someone tweeted. That single question reignited the whole conversation again. Meanwhile, industry insiders began to react. One well-known rapper tweeted, "Some people better hope that footage don't drop." Another posted, "Too many secrets in this game." Suddenly, it wasn't just fans waiting. It was other artists too. Everyone wanted to know what Melly was about to reveal. The anticipation reached its peak when Melly finally reappeared online. No long caption, no statement, just a short video of him walking through the studio, turning to the camera and saying, "Next week." That was enough. Fans lost control. Blogs declared it Melly Week. Hashtags exploded again. But while fans were counting down to the supposed release, something unexpected happened behind the scenes. According to a small post from a local Florida journalist, Melly had been called in for a routine meeting with his legal team that sparked a new round of speculation. Was he being questioned again? Was something wrong with his release terms? The internet went crazy with theories. Nobody knew it yet, but this moment would mark the start of another shift in Melly's story. The spotlight that once represented freedom now began to feel heavy again. People close to him later said that during those days, he barely slept, spending long nights in the studio and longer ones scrolling through the chaos online. The whispers grew louder. Blogs began teasing major updates in Melly's story. Even though no one had concrete details, the word on social media was that something huge was about to drop. Either the documentary or another legal twist. Fans didn't know which, but they stayed glued to their phones waiting. Every time Melly's name trended, people jumped in expecting breaking news. And then, late one Friday night, the internet got what it was waiting for. A 30-second clip appeared on Melly's official YouTube page titled "The Truth." No thumbnail, no description. The video opened with a black screen and Melly's voice saying, "They told me to stay quiet, but silence don't save you." The scene then cut to him sitting alone in a dimly lit studio, eyes tired but steady. "People made stories about me, turned pain into profit," he said. "But I'm still here, still standing." The screen faded to black again and ended with one line. Documentary drops next month. Nothing more. The reaction was instant and explosive. Every major blog reposted it. YNW Melly finally breaks his silence, one headline read. The truth is coming, another claimed. The hashtag #ThugTheTruth shot to the top of Twitter overnight. Fans flooded the comments saying they couldn't wait to hear his side. Others questioned if it was all just promotion for his album. Either way, the internet couldn't stop talking. Over the next few days, snippets from interviews started appearing. People who had worked with Melly during his early days, people from his hometown, even family members who hadn't spoken publicly before. They all shared bits of what life had been like for him behind bars and after freedom. Some stories were uplifting, others painful, but all of them painted a picture of someone trying to rebuild from chaos. Melly himself started doing small interviews, carefully chosen. Nothing messy. He didn't raise his voice or defend himself. Instead, he spoke about lessons learned, about faith, about focusing on what mattered. You realize real fast who they're for you when the noise stops, he said in one clip. Fans loved the calmness in his tone. They wrote things like, "He sound at peace now," and this, a whole different Melly. Still, not everyone was ready to let the past go. Every time he posted something positive, a few voices tried to drag the conversation back to old controversies. But this time, Melly didn't engage. He kept showing consistency, music, family, gratitude. The same media that once framed him in chaos now started calling his return one of the most unpredictable comebacks in recent rap history. The documentary eventually dropped as promised. It wasn't flashy, it was honest. It showed moments of confusion, frustration, hope, and growth. Melly talked about mistakes, about people he'd lost, and about how fame had changed everything. One moment that stood out was when he said, "Freedom ain't about walking outside. It's about learning how to live without hate." The line hit home for a lot of viewers. Clips from the film flooded TikTok, with fans using his quotes in motivational edits. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Critics who had doubted him admitted the project felt raw and human. Even people outside the hip-hop world watched it, curious to understand how someone could go from global headlines to quiet resilience. It wasn't a redemption story as much as it was a reflection, a reminder that people are bigger than the internet's version of them. Within weeks, Melly was back in full motion. He announced a tour, dropped another single, and started collaborating with artists who had supported him through it all. The energy was different this time. No loud feuds, no vague tweets, no shade, just music and gratitude. One night at a show in Orlando, he paused between songs and looked out at the crowd. "Thank y'all for never giving up on me," he said. The audience screamed his name until he had to step back from the mic just to take it in. The same fans who once argued over rumors were now united again, celebrating the music instead of the headlines. Social media, which had once torn everything apart, became a space for support. "We watched him fall and rise again," one fan tweeted. This what growth looked like. Industry insiders started calling it the Melly effect, the way he managed to turn endless controversy into inspiration. It wasn't about perfection, it was about survival. Other rappers began referencing him in songs as a symbol of resilience. Interviews with younger artists showed how his journey had quietly shaped their perspective on fame, loyalty, and trust. And through it all, Melly kept the same small circle. The faces around him were different now, fewer people, tighter energy. He avoided unnecessary noise, choosing to move like someone who finally understood how quickly everything can change. His mother remained his biggest supporter, often posting clips of his shows with captions like, "God don't lie," and "My son did it." Every post drew waves of positive comments, turning what was once a battlefield of opinions into a space of appreciation. Months later, when asked about everything that happened, the rumors, the losses, the chaos, Melly just smiled and said, "The internet can't break you if you stop living for it." That quote went viral for all the right reasons. It summed up the transformation, the shift from constant defense to quiet confidence. His story, once told through court updates and gossip blogs, now lived through his music, his actions, and his growth. No more fake leaks, no more shadowy clips, just a man rebuilding piece by piece. The same headlines that once said, "YNW Melly under fire," now said, "YNW Melly finds peace." And for the first time, that peace felt real. By the end of that year, the noise had finally settled. Melly's name still trended occasionally, but now it was for album announcements, collaborations, and performances, not controversies. The chaos that once defined his story had turned into something steady, something earned. And in a quiet post one night, Melly summed it all up. It was a single tweet that said, "Free means different now." 3 words, but they said everything, because freedom wasn't just about walking out of a courtroom. It was about walking into a new chapter without letting the past control it. And for Melly, that's exactly what he did. He found a way to live again, to create again, and to remind everyone watching that no matter how wild the storm gets, peace is still possible when you choose it. The internet, for once, had nothing left to argue about. And that's where the story lands for now. A journey that began in chaos and courtroom lights turned into something nobody saw coming. Peace, growth, and music that finally speaks louder than the noise. YNW Melly showed the world that freedom isn't just about leaving a cell. It's about finding yourself when the world's already decided who you are. Fans who once doubted now stream his songs every day. Rappers who stayed silent now show support, and the industry that once turned its back is watching closely again. But as always, the internet has questions. Will Melly stay focused and keep building on this new path? Or will the pressure of fame pull him back into the drama he just escaped? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. The world is watching every move he makes. This story might have found peace for now, but in hip-hop, peace never lasts forever. So what do you think? Has YNW Melly truly changed? Or is this just the calm before another storm? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know where you stand. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because in this world of fame, loyalty, and redemption, there's always another twist waiting. Stay locked in, stay real, and as always, long live the music, and long live the truth. And long live the truth.